Hello and welcome to Gadget Guide USA. Thanks for watching my Mightyhand emergency solar crank radio product unboxing and product review. As you can see, I still have it in the box here. We'll go ahead and talk about the box. It says solar crank radio. It says it has a TF card reader, which we would know as an SD card here in the States. 1-watt flashlight, a 2000 milliamp Henry power bank, which I would like to note that 2000 milliamp Henry should be enough theoretically to charge, say, a standard iPhone 6 up from dead to full. They have an 1800 milliamp Henry battery in the iPhone 6 Plus, so just not that. So we'll keep talking about the box. It says it can charge. It can do a mobile charging. It can do an LED torch. It's also a music player, and I can see buttons there. I doubt you can see it on camera. It says FM. I see a place for an SD card, so I don't think it has an AM radio. Pretty much the same stuff over and over. Now let's go ahead and dig on in here. I'll go ahead and cut this. Oh, I forgot about the sticker. It doesn't look like that sticker. Looks like the sticker took some battle damage on the way here, but we're just going to go ahead and open it up here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get that. Looks like there's some instructions as well. So first thing we'll do is look at the instructions here. Tells you how to do everything, push all the buttons, place the radio under. Oh, it also has, it's solar powered? Oh, that's why it says solar crank radio. I didn't even realize it was solar powered when I ordered it. That is awesome. So I figured I was going to be charging this via USB and doing a lot of hand cranking, but it turns out it actually has a solar charger, and I am going to test that out and show you how it is. So you can hand crank, solar charge it, or charge it with a micro USB cable. Tells you some notes when the unit is idle over 60 days. Okay, so you're going to have to charge it. It will die after 60 days. So, looks pretty standard manual. Looks like it includes a micro USB cable. Let's go ahead and got some bubble wrap there. Doesn't look like a bad device. Okay, we have your standard antenna. Doesn't look like anything's wrong with it. Okay, it looks like it comes with a little bit of charge there because we do have some light. I mean, it's not terribly bright, but then again, it might not be fully charged there. So take that for what it's worth. Let's go ahead and see if it won't. Oh, it does have a little battery light. I think it's warning me that's saying, hey, I'm not doing very well as far as... I really don't know what station it is on. I don't see any method of telling what station. I guess you just have to use scan over and over and hope it picks up the station you like. I'm going to go ahead and extend the antenna. Well, it definitely does work. So now what I'm going to do, now that I've unboxed it, okay, let's go ahead and look underneath here. Looks like it has your standard plugs here. Make sure everything fits. Okay, there we go. That fits. Okay, getting a little loud there. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and play with it myself, see if I can't find any major flaws. And I'm going to run over trying the SD card and playing with that, and then we'll go ahead and continue on with the product review. And now I've gotten a chance to actually play with the Mightyhands here. I've taken it outside and I've used the solar power. I've checked out the FM radio. I have my card in there. I've tested it out with some MP3s, and I have to say, you know, everything works. I mean, the flashlight isn't going to blow your mind with its brightness. I still have fluorescent lights on, but that kind of gives you an idea. I mean, it's definitely an emergency case flashlight. It's not a, you know, like a billion lumens. It's a 1-watt flashlight. But what it is, I guess it's energy efficient, you know, for it to be an emergency case. So I mean, it's not the brightest flashlight, but for camping gear or something like that, it's definitely going to get the job done. It has this indicator here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera. I'm trying to rotate it there, and it's kind of dim right now, and that's because it lets you know whenever you see this, it means it's taking a charge. So when I was out in direct sunlight, it was really bright. And right now it's really dim because it is actually getting a little bit of energy from the fluorescent light. It gets really bright when you do the hand crank here. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. So you do the hand crank, and I mean, the hand crank actually gives a lot more energy than I expected. I mean, you can crank this if you crank it for about 1.5 minutes, it's enough to run your phone for a few minutes. Some of the things to note, well, first we have the flashlight here, and of course I'm going to blind you. Okay, and then we have the stereo volume and power on here. Of course, it's just your standard switch, so you can see that it's on now. You push this button and it'll change it back and forth between what's on the SD card and what's on the FM radio. That right there is what I have on the SD card. And these buttons work both when you're on FM and when you're on the SD card to skip songs forward or to actually go to the next song. So you can push that button, it'll actually scan through FM radios. It didn't do a bad job of picking radio stations up. I mean, not quite as good as my car, but you know, better than a lot of those other little pocket radios. So, I mean, it definitely has some features. It has a 2000 milliamp Henry battery, and I do test those just to make sure. So we're going to go ahead and plug in my USB voltage tester. If you're a subscriber, you probably already actually seen me do a review of my actual tester here. And you plug it in, and it says it has 1977 milliamp Henry battery. And it claims to have 2000. This thing's actually pretty conservative, and I've been playing with it, so it's dropped down. But I will admit, this tester never actually said 2000. It went up to 1999 and stopped there. But I figure that's close enough. I mean, this thing isn't 100% accurate. I've actually said that in my review. But it definitely gets the job done. I used it to charge my phone. The entire thing charged up from dead to full in about an hour and 15 minutes. I didn't actually test it to see how long it would charge a phone though. I did actually test the current. So basically, if you look at this meter here, it tells you how much current is going through it. In the top right, of course, it says 000 amps right now because nothing's going through it. But when I plug my cell phone charger in with this phone directly into the regular plug, it says that it charges at 0.5 amps. When I plugged it into this backup battery, it charged anywhere from 0.3 to 0.4, and it kind of went up and down. So it's going to charge, you know, about 60% as fast as a regular charger, which I was actually impressed with. As far as for an emergency device, I mean, it's very handy. Now you can actually, if you've ever wanted to charge your phone with a hand crank, it's not that fun. But, I mean, it is possible in an emergency case scenario. It's great. So, basically what it is for like a phone like this is an old, you know, crappy phone, cheap phone. For a phone like this, you could actually get enough solar power to run it just from the sun, which is neat. But if you have like a large, you know, 5-inch Retina display, then you're not actually going to be able to charge live. What you're going to have to do is shut off the phone or the tablet, let it charge for 10 minutes, and that's going to give you about 5 to 6 minutes of runtime. Which, you know, considering you're just, using hand crank power or solar power, I actually found really impressive. This is actually a really neat device. My original plan for this was to just toss it into my emergency gear. But now that I've actually gotten to play with it, I think I'm going to keep it in my car and probably take it camping with me. It does have quite a few things. I didn't really think that the SD card was going to be that valuable, but when I realized how many songs, well, of course I've always known how many MP3s you could fit on an SD card, but now that I really thought about it, for things like camping and having a source of music ready to go, I really can't beat it. There is something to note that when you're looking at these ports, one is a charge port and one is an output port only. So when you want to charge your phone, you have to use this plug and plug that into your phone. And when you charge it, it will not charge if you plug a power source into there. It won't charge at all. I tested it. So be sure that when you charge it, that you use this port for charging, and this point for charging the flashlight, and this port for charging anything else. So at the end of the day, I'm really impressed with this. It's a really handy product. It has, you can charge your phone with it. You can play MP3s, picks up FM radio. It's an emergency flashlight, and you can power it with solar power. You can power it with hand crank, or you can plug in the USB cord and charge it, with an electrical thing, with an electrical plug. So it's definitely got all the functionality you need out of an emergency flashlight, solar crank flashlight. Thumbs up from the Gadget Guide. Hope you enjoyed my product review today. Comments are always welcome at the bottom of the page. Subscriptions are always appreciated. Thank you. And if you have any specific questions, comments, or suggestions, you can always email me at GadgetGuideUSA@gmail.com. Thank you for your time.